Imagine a world where the walls around you feel like a prison, where freedom is just a distant memory. What if the person you trusted most became your captor? This is the chilling reality for a young girl named Sarah in The Girl in the Basement. Sarah is a bright and lively teenager, full of dreams and hopes. She loves painting and often imagines herself traveling the world one day. Her bedroom is filled with canvases and sketches of landscapes she wishes to explore. But her life takes a dark turn when her father, Mark, a man she once admired, reveals a sinister side. How could someone who is supposed to protect you become your worst enemy? One fateful day, after an argument between her parents, Mark locks Sarah in a hidden basement beneath their home. What starts as a terrifying moment quickly spirals into a long, harrowing nightmare. In the dim, cramped basement, Sarah finds herself surrounded by darkness. The air is musty, and the walls seem to close in on her. Can you imagine the fear of being trapped in a small space with no way out? Her father's twisted logic leads him to believe that he is protecting her from the outside world. He claims that people out there are dangerous, that they would hurt her if given the chance. But Sarah knows better. The true danger lies within her own home. Sarah's father, Mark, is a complex character. Charismatic and charming in public, but dark and controlling at home. He works as a local contractor, often winning awards for his impressive renovations. Yet behind closed doors, he is a tyrant. What happens when a father's love turns into a toxic obsession? He dominates every aspect of his family's life, belittling Sarah and her mother, Emily, in subtle ways that undermine their self-esteem. Mark's past is shrouded in secrets, including a history of controlling behavior and a family legacy of violence that begins to surface as Emily digs deeper. Emily, a kind-hearted woman, grows frantic when Sarah goes missing. What if the man you love hides a terrible truth? As she searches for her daughter, her suspicions about Mark grow. When she discovers a hidden room in the basement, her instincts tell her this is where Sarah has been kept. Emily recalls small moments that seemed odd in hindsight. Mark's unusual quietness, the way he would always insist on knowing Sarah's whereabouts, and the strange locks he installed around the house. In the basement, Sarah languishes in her dark prison, grappling with her feelings of isolation. She begins to invent a friend named Lily, a character she creates to cope with her loneliness. What if your imagination could become a lifeline? Through her conversations with Lily, she finds strength and solace, dreaming of a future where she can break free. These moments of imaginative escape provide her with the emotional resilience she desperately needs. As time passes, Sarah begins to use her artistic talents to communicate her feelings. She creates drawings that reflect her dreams of freedom, colorful depictions of sunsets, beaches, and bustling cities. Can art become a form of resistance? Each stroke of her pencil becomes a silent protest against her father's control, a way to keep her spirit alive in the face of despair. Meanwhile, Emily's investigation takes a new turn when she approaches their neighbor, Tom. Tom is a retired police officer who has observed the family from a distance. He notices Mark's increasingly erratic behavior and becomes suspicious. What if a stranger holds the key to unraveling the mystery? When Emily confides in him about Sarah's disappearance, Tom's instincts kick in. He starts keeping an eye on Mark, noting his comings and goings, and begins to connect the dots that Emily is unable to see. Emily and Tom form an unlikely alliance, driven by their mutual concern for Sarah. As they dig deeper, they uncover unsettling truths about Mark's past, including previous complaints from neighbors about his behavior and whispers of a troubled childhood marked by violence. How could someone so charming hide such darkness? The more they learn, the more determined they become to expose the truth. As Sarah prepares to escape, her courage grows. She finds solace in her journal, where she documents her thoughts and observations. What happens when a captive refuses to be a victim? She writes about her dreams, her fears, and her plans. One day, while cleaning the basement, she overhears Mark discussing a potential move. Panic washes over her. If they move, she may never escape. With time running out, Sarah's plan becomes urgent. She starts creating distractions during her father's visits, hoping to catch him off guard. Will her cleverness be enough to outsmart him? In a nail-biting moment, she manages to hide a small screwdriver in her bed, hoping it could be her key to freedom. Every day becomes a mental chess game, where she has to outsmart her father while maintaining the facade of compliance. The narrative reaches a critical point when Mark discovers Sarah's drawings, revealing her defiance. What happens when a captor realizes their captive is planning to fight back? In a fit of rage, he confronts her, accusing her of betrayal. But Sarah stands her ground, determined to face him. The tension in the room crackles as father and daughter engage in a psychological battle. Mark's erratic nature escalates, revealing his true colors as he threatens to teach her a lesson. Meanwhile, Emily and Tom devise a plan to confront Mark. They gather evidence, knowing they need to be prepared for his unpredictable reactions. Can two determined individuals stand against a man who has built his life on control? As they gather their resources, they come to terms with the risks involved, knowing their confrontation could have serious consequences. Emily feels a surge of determination. She knows she can't let fear paralyze her any longer. In a heart-pounding climax, Sarah finally finds the courage to enact her escape plan. Will she make it out before it's too late? Just as she reaches the stairs, Mark appears, blocking her path. The confrontation is intense, and Sarah's heart races as she faces the man who has tormented her for so long. But in that moment, she remembers Lily and draws strength from her imaginary friend's bravery. At the same time, Emily and Tom arrive just in time to hear the commotion. Can a mother's love break through the darkness? They rush into the basement, and a fierce standoff ensues. Mark, cornered and desperate, attempts to regain control, but Emily's resolve is stronger than ever. In a shocking turn of events, she stands between Mark and Sarah, ready to protect her daughter at all costs. The final showdown reveals hidden truths and buried secrets, culminating in a dramatic confrontation that leaves listeners breathless. As the dust settles, Sarah and Emily embrace, finally free from the chains of fear and manipulation. What will the future hold for them after such a harrowing experience? The road to healing will be long, but together, they know they can face anything. Adding layers to this gripping story, we meet Detective Harris, a local officer who initially brushes off Emily's concerns. He embodies the systemic flaws that often fail victims of domestic violence. What happens when the law is blind to the truth? However, as the situation escalates and Emily presents her findings, Harris realizes the gravity of the situation. His eventual belief in Emily's instincts shifts the tide of their investigation and brings the necessary attention to Sarah's plight. The Girl in the Basement is not just a story of abduction and captivity. It's a powerful tale of resilience, love, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and daughter. Are you ready to witness their struggle against unimaginable odds? This gripping narrative will leave you questioning the nature of love, control, and the lengths one will go to reclaim their lives. As the journey of healing begins, Sarah and Emily find strength in each other, reminding us that even in the darkest times, hope can still shine through. Together, they embark on a new chapter, filled with the promise of recovery and the determination to rebuild their lives. Sarah realizes that while the scars of her captivity may remain, they will not define her. Instead, she embraces her art as a way to express her journey, sharing her story with others who have faced similar horrors. In doing so, she not only heals herself but also offers hope to those still trapped in the shadows. Will you join them on their path to freedom? Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.